Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
12 o'clock hour, taking up to 2 p.m. Real quick, we'll get into this more in about 10 minutes. Phoenix Suns All-Star Kevin Durant is expected to miss at least 1 week through team's 3-game road trip with the left ankle sprain, sources tell ESPN. So we will break all of that down and what it means for the Sacramento Kings. But right now, we want to talk about the A's that play in West Sacramento but are not named the Sacramento A's, who are from Oakland and on the way to Vegas, with Bob Nightengale, USA Today, Major League Baseball columnist, President, Baseball Writers Association of America, and a Hall of Fame voter. Been covering Major League Baseball for years. Bob, thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, my pleasure.
Bob, let's start here. I saw on your X, on your Twitter page, that you are currently in Sacramento, that you were at Sutter Health for the River Cats. What did you first think about the A's and the situation when you heard the news? And now that you've been at Sutter Health, I don't know how much you got to see it and tour it, but what did you think after being out there?
Yeah, I didn't see the new athletics clubhouse, but yeah, beautiful facility, and I know people are excited in town, and I think the players are excited too. I mean, they love the fans there, but they didn't show up in Oakland, and now you're going to have intimate environment, sold out crowds every night. So I think they're looking forward to it. I think there was just so much negativity there in Oakland, it kind of dragged everybody down. And now it should be, a nice positive experience for them for 3 years.
Talking to Bob Nightengale. Bob, what's your feeling out here in Sacramento? And I've been trying to tell people, hey, just enjoy the 3 to 4 years, whatever it is. But a lot of people have been talking about, with the John Fisher situation, whether they'll ever get to Vegas and what happens if that doesn't happen. Will they just kind of been a finders keepers situation? Do you feel like they'll get to Vegas? And assuming they do you think that could end up being successful?
I think they'll definitely end up in Vegas. I don't know about being successful. The only reason I said that, I live in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. That's the 4th or 5th largest city in the country. Same exact, weather conditions, very hot in the summertime. I don't know if people are going to be flying to Vegas to go watch a baseball game come summertime. You're probably going to be hanging by the casinos, go to the pool, things like that. So we'll see. Because Phoenix has a hard time, making it work, despite how big that city is. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, they're going to rely heavily on the casinos to buy up all the suites, and I'm sure the casinos will try to get fans to go to the ballpark, take them by limousine and make sure they bring them home, just so they can still get, that kind of gambling money with them.
Talking to Bob Nightengale, USA Today, Major League Baseball columnist. Bob, from what you've seen from the A's, they split the series out there in Seattle, all close games. From what I've seen, obviously that bullpen maybe needs some work, but I really like what I'm seeing from the lineup. I think the lineup is good now and should be good for the next couple of years here. And obviously we know what Mason Miller brings to the table. What do you think the A's could do? Could they surprise some people this season and at least, be somewhat competitive?
I think competitive for sure. And I really do believe before they leave Sacramento, they're going to make the playoffs. They're coming. Very good team on the rise. So people have taken notice of them. Hey, if they finish 500 this year, it's a great season. I know they want more, but realistically, that'd be a wonderful year, for them to be a 500 team. Making that big of a jump in 2 years. Great young manager in Mark Kotze. A lot of nice young players in the team. So they're coming for sure. And like I said, before they leave Sacramento in 3 years, I really do believe they'll be in the playoffs.
Talking to Bob Nightengale. Bob, where are you as far as the Dodgers are concerned, being good or bad for baseball?
I think they're good for baseball. I mean, nobody's complaining when Atlanta was winning 14 straight division titles and World Series, 5 times in 9 years. Remember back in the day with the Yankees and George Steinbrenner, they won the World Series 4 to 5 years. And, people complain about the payroll, but they weren't going crazy. So I think the big thing is just the deferred payments. And the guys want to play there. They enjoy being in Los Angeles. So they're smart with the calculations and doing what they're doing. They don't, the Mets are spending money too. And, you didn't see them, having the year, the Dodgers did. So I think it's good to have a team that everybody wants to knock off.
Talking to Bob Nightengale, USA Today Major League Baseball columnist. Bob, I saw you post about it as well. What's your take on this torpedo bat situation with the Yankees? And they already play in the small ballpark, and everybody is now freaking out. And the manufacturers of the torpedo bats, they're making a ton of money now today as a bunch of other teams now want to get in on it. What do you think about the torpedo bat situation, and how do you think this ends?
Well, it's actually good for baseball. I mean, baseball's been trying for years to find more offense, banning the shift and doing things, making it, bases bigger, everything else. So baseball loves it. I mean, it's like, baseball loved the steroid era, just with that kind of offense in there. So we'll see. I mean, remember, now with some bad pitching by the Brewers, 3 straight pitches by Nestor Cortez. As he said, they could use bowling pins up there when it hit balls out. So I think people are kind of going a little too crazy. Guys used it last year. The Yankees used it all spring, and nobody said a word about it until they had the big series against the Brewers. So I think people are getting carried away with it. Like you said, it's perfectly legal. Everybody in baseball can use it if they want. They asked John Collins Stanton, hey, you want to use it? He goes, no, I think the last 2 years it worked pretty well for me.
Talking to Bob Nightengale, USA Today Major League Baseball columnist. Bob, one more before we get you out of here. You touched on it a little bit with the shift and even the rules with the pickoff. So steals have increased. I look around baseball and I see some of the most athletic players I've seen in a very long time, whether it's Ronald Acuna Jr., obviously Shohei Ohtani, Julio Rodriguez, the list goes on and on. A lot of people want to talk about the empty stands. And I know baseball, as far as the TV deals, they're pretty happy with where they're at. Everything that happened with ESPN made a bunch of news as that partnership is ending. Would you say baseball is in a good place right now?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they've made over $12 million in revenue last year. Jersey sales are out of sight. So baseball has been very profitable. Attendance last year was the most since 2017. So, no, in a very good spot. I mean, people love it's a young man's game. People excited with the emotions guys are showing, everything else. And I think that's why, with the athletics young team, people are excited about them too, that, to see what they can do. So I think baseball's been very pretty. And I think despite the TV ratings and stuff like that, just you're talking about people have more things to do. It's not one day a week, like the NFL. So, you can't compare yourself to NFL. That's a juggernaut on its own. But, the ratings are better than, NBA and other things. So I think they're very happy with the way things are going. And if they get a lot more offense with these new bats, I think you can see attendance really, really spike.
Yeah. Bob, thank you so much for joining us. That was Bob Nightengale, a USA Today Major League Baseball columnist, president, Baseball Writers Association of America, and, of course, a Hall of Fame voter. Bob, thank you so much. We'll have to do this again soon. After all, it is a pretty long season, and we'd love to have you join us. Have fun out there. Hopefully the weather holds up. It looks like it should for that historic first pitch in West Sacramento tonight.
All right. Yeah, look forward to it, and look forward to talking to you again. Thanks so much.
That was Bob Nightengale of USA Today. Great stuff from Bob as we start to get closer here. Kyle, we should have a countdown ticker here for the first pitch ever in Sacramento. And there are a lot of we can fire up an app here because, look, I'm more excited. And here's the question, 916-339-1140. Are you more excited for the Pacers game tonight? And it's fun that they are playing at 4, so there's really no battle tonight. But are you more excited for tip-off tonight Pacers, Kings, or for the first pitch at Sutter Health against the Chicago Cubs?
We are currently at 6 hours, 58 minutes, and 42 seconds until the first pitch of Major League Baseball in Sacramento.
I am going to be glued to my seat. I will tell, hey, toddler Styles, you need to go play with Legos or whatever it is, because I got to see this.
So put the kids to bed kind of night.
That's right. I got to see this. I think that place is going to be jumping. I think it's going to be very exciting to be there. I'm not going to be there. I might be there on Wednesday, but I just didn't even really bother. I think it's going to be a zoo as far as all of the media, all of the press. Everybody wants to be there to see how it looks with the A's playing in Sacramento.
I hope you're not going on Wednesday, because that game's at 12:30 in the afternoon.
Doesn't seem like I'm going on Wednesday.
Like, what am I going to do?
No, it doesn't seem like I'm going on Wednesday either. So what are the other games, Kyle? Which game am I going to?
Well, tomorrow night, same time, and then next week, I'm going to at least one of them. I've already got my ticket. San Diego Padres.
There you go.
Second series next week. Then I believe it is after that. Let's look it up right here. Then they're on the road again. Oh, no, sorry. Mets. New York Mets come to town the weekend.
Wow.
First weekend series.
Now, that will be a very cool series, just with all the big names that the Mets have. Great stuff from Bob Nightengale. And, hey, right now, the A's have a better record than your Sacramento Kings. I'm just saying, will that change? Kevin Durant goes down with an injury. We'll give you some details there, and we do a little bit of pocket watching when we return. Allen Stiles, Sactown Sports.
All guests and callers join us from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda